Here's your mooch.
In case you
The best.
need to quench the thirst, wet the whistle.
The best.
Hey everybody,
Hey,
you know what
everybody.
time it is?
Adventure time.
Adventure time with Greg!
G-Matt.
Welcome, Greg.
Round of
Well,
applause, round of
thanks for
applause.
having me, guys. Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, here.
We out here. So, in typical fashion, let's start with who you are, what you're about, Greg. If you want to give us the rundown.
Greg Mack. That's all I'm about. I don't know. Yeah, that's it, really. I just appreciate you guys allowing me to come on here and have a nice little talk.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Your paycheck should arrive in the mail. And
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's zero.
Yeah. And I love the makeup girl that you guys got
We
outside.
do what we can.
Yeah, she's fantastic. I mean, I'm glowing right now, so
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
she did a nice job.
Yeah.
Nothing but the best, nobody but the
That's
best.
it. It's nobody but the best until somebody else gets here. Yeah.
All right, so I'm seeing the hat. I'm wearing a hat, douchey bro style, but you're wearing it nice and traditional with the Baltimore Orioles facing
That's
out.
it. That's
you,
it.
You hail from...
I hail from Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Like, not like Baltimore City proper, but like I've kind of been like transient for a good little bit, so it's kind of hard to say like one spot that I've gone to or that I've come from.
Okay. Well, also with transients, I feel that it makes sense that you're in Wilmington, North Carolina now.
Yeah.
I find this to be a very transient beach town.
Yeah, lots of
People from
transplants.
all over, yeah.
Yeah,
Show.
lots of transplants. That's kind of been my life. I've kind of since about like 13 or so. I haven't kind of stayed in the same place
Oh, wow.
more than like a year and a half or so.
That's great. Is
Yeah,
this the
so-
longest you've been in one place?
No, I think Arizona, Phoenix.
Yeah.
That was kind of a thing out there. But yeah, just moved around a lot. So basically, I think I started moving around because like we kind of like grew up kind of I don't want to say like poor, but like we just moved around kind of a lot in Baltimore and joined the army at a very young age.
Okay. You did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
At 18 or?
17 is when I signed up.
That's legal.
But like you need like a waiver for it. Like 17 is when I signed, like committed to the contract, and then when I turned 18, that's when I enlisted.
Okay.
Yeah. And I did like in processing twice. I did in processing like at Fort Meade, Maryland, and then did in processing at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, and then first duty I think basic training is in like Fort Leonard Wood. That was about 6 months. Then Alaska. Then a deployment out of there. Back to Alaska to Fort Bragg in like
Wow.
2011.
Okay.
And then I was in North Carolina for about like 2014. I moved out to Hawaii with my current roommate that I have right now. Hawaii, I did a little bit of traveling then, and then I realized that we can do like working holiday visas. As Americans, we can do like working holiday visas if you're under a certain age and you have a certain amount of money in your bank account, and or like a return flight and all that jazz. So I started to go down to New Zealand and see what that was about. Did New Zealand for about a year, like
No
10 months
way.
specifically.
Did you get to do any trout fishing?
No, didn't do any trout fishing. Apparently there's like tons of good fishing out
The
there.
Tekapo Canal, some juicers.
Tekapo Canal.
Did you go there?
Tekapo. Yeah, Tekapo.
Oh.
Yeah, Tekapo. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, but that's Lake Tekapo is like a big lake over there on the North
Big
Island.
fish.
Yeah, big fish, bro.
Mhm.
That's it, man.
And did you get to see the glowworm caves?
I didn't go.
Oh.
I didn't go. That was I didn't go to Hobbiton either. That's like a huge thing. I feel like sometimes when you go to places, some things are. It's like going to Disneyland, Disney World.
Are you a particular fan of Lord of the Rings or not really, I would assume? If you didn't.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything like with books wise, I like.
Okay.
Is
Nice.
that where it was filmed?
Yeah, it was filmed there.
That
Yeah.
Hobbinsworth place you said?
Hobbiton. Yeah, it's where they have the actual.
That's why they call it Hobbit?
Nah,
They
I'm not
call
too
it
sure.
Hobbiton because they made the set there, right?
right.
The Hobbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the little
Yeah, but like Peter Jackson, is it Peter Jackson?
Mhm.
Yeah, Peter Jackson, the director of Lord of the Rings. He's from New Zealand. Basically the whole movie series was shot in New Zealand. So they made the Hobbit Shire and Hobbiton and everything there.
There were some crazy shots in there, like with the rolling hills and the rocks.
Exactly.
Little dragon going. Bloop.
Little dragon, man. Can't believe they were able to get that dragon on
I
contract.
know. Like, where'd he come from?
Okay, so in for some books, but not a particular fan of Lord of the Rings to make you get to
No,
Hobbiton.
like, not enough to be like, yo, I'm going to New Zealand because, Lord of the Rings was there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you enjoy it.
And, yeah, of course. I mean, if
Good guy.
anybody's in a foreign country, like, you're on vacation, and you gotta enjoy it. Then, I think, what was it? 16 to 17 was Australia for the first time. Came back, still had some money on the GI Bill. Went out to Phoenix. I will go back to this. Like, I cleared out my bank account from Australia. Like, then I went to Thailand for like about a month. And then
Nice.
Thailand for about a month with about like $3,000 Australian. You can last out there. You
Right.
can like stay in hostels and have a good time.
I've heard that Americans can travel to Thailand and live like kings
Yeah,
with
white
not very much money.
White Devil Kings. White Devil Kings.
It was-
White Devil Kings. If you're looking for it, you can go out there and just kind of enjoy it. And the craziest part about like the year I spent in New Zealand, 10 months I spent in New Zealand, the year I spent in Australia, I met more Americans in that month in Thailand than I did those 2 years traveling.
Really?
Fascinating.
Yeah, because of the dollar and the
In
conversion rate.
Thailand?
Yeah.
We
So-
went in like 2010 or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think your mom told me about
Yeah.
that.
And you're right. Like the expenses there, it's so cool. Like it was like $2 for like an hour-long foot massage.
Oh wow.
It was
There
great.
it is.
Just good deals everywhere. Never pay full price, folks. If you go to Thailand or honestly most foreign countries, bargain. Never trick of the trade. There's your tip for the video. Never show them how much money you got. Never pull it out.
Never.
Say how much is it? They say $50 or 50 baht.
Yeah.
You say no, 20. Then you work from there.
That's it.
Got Jackson on our negotiation,
Yeah.
but also bringing
Oh.
back the erotic foot massage.
Oh.
Little callback.
So yeah,
Little
that's
callback.
it. Yeah. What was your I heard you still have do you have a friend that you met over there or something like that?
Oh, there was a lady, Som, which means orange in Thai. She, no, it's orange. No, I met her at the, she was like one of the ladies that worked at the resort place, and she was really cool. She'd, bring me drinks and stuff, like smoothies. It was nice.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You fell in love, huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, I love that we're giving Thailand a lot of shine right now. My mom is in Thailand.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she just started her term of the Peace Corps there last month.
That's wild.
Right.
So yeah, she's a month in. She's gonna be there for 2+ years. Shout out Maggie. Lately,
Right, Maggie.
lately going by Maggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the name I knew her growing up. So,
Right.
but yeah, hope all the Thai kids and friends and Peace Corps friends are good out there.
That's it. Yeah.
Boys visit.
Hello. Yeah. I mean, I gotta get my passport. I gotta work a
Free
trip.
passports here
You think they're free, Jackson?
Yeah, they just
Isn't
they hand them out.
for students.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I need to re-enroll in that.
Yes,
case.
that could be a deal. 0.5.
Kicking Americans out the country. Just go. go to Thailand. No, get out of here. I don't need you.
All right, Greg. I normally save this question for the end.
Oh wow, you're damn right. I already know.
When I remember it.
All right.
But I think to help us kickstart this and shoot us off in every direction.
Okay. Sweet.
What to you is the meaning of life?
Just find something. I don't know. The meaning of life is like a purpose, divine purpose. I feel like that would be it.
Okay.
Maybe not necessarily divine purpose, but
Ultimate purpose.
something that where you have a vocation. Some people's purposes might be just a moment in time, And then like you could have a calling, and that calling might have been like a window of your life, and that window of life passes. But finding something like a vocation, a purpose, and then do it until you die. I feel like that's kind of it. That would be the meaning of life. Maybe not necessarily function, like you're a person and you do something. You don't necessarily have to do anything either. I feel like that's something I want to say too. Is to be like, yeah, if you don't want to do anything, you don't have to do anything.
How to do nothing.
Gosh, that would be great.
You should write a book that says how to do nothing, but just keep it all blank.
Oh wow.
That would sell.
So, spoiler alert, Jackson. There is a book called How to Do Nothing, but it's not blank. I read it back in.
Ours is better.
You think?
It's more eco-friendly.
It's the best. It's
Yeah.
the best.
The unprinted pages more eco-friendly.
Yeah.
I guess you could still write in them.
I'd like the ebook.
What? Oh, you get the ebook. All right. You'd be
Um,
scrolling forever because you don't know what page you're on, how far you got. You just keep seeing that blank.
I just go back to the index and be like, oh, okay.
there it
Yeah,
is.
That's it. That's
Chapter
it.
5.
Just got to check the glossary.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh, that's what that meant.
Yeah. That's what this blank was.
Okay, so I like that. Yeah, like the meaning of life. Find your purpose, but maybe the purpose
You
isn't
share it
even
with others.
Yeah,
All right.
share the purpose with
Yeah.
others. Yeah.
that could be another thing too. And then you were like talking about like what I was big picture kind of thing. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
also, going back to this, like how to do nothing. So
Mhm.
like I read that book in 2021 when I took 4 to 5 months off from Joe.
Okay.
Also, background check, we all work at Joe together. So
Oh yeah, another Joe's character.
Another Joe's character. We're back on the Joe's train
That's
after
it.
David.
The might as well train.
The might as well
Now we're
train.
at the Joe's train. We might combine them, go to might as well.
That might happen.
Oh well.
It will. It'll
Yeah.
happen.
That's
So
cool.
anyway, I took some time off from Joe.
Yeah.
I was doing nothing for like 4 to 5 months. I mean, like I was,
Except you read the book.
I read the book. I was taking vacations, but I was, a little burnt out from like a year plus of pandemic work, and it was just like, yeah, I'm gonna take a breather.
Wait, when was that?
I
was at Joe's because I was at.
Yeah, no, you definitely were because it was March of 21 until August of 21.
So this is Wilmington.
Yeah.
This is Wilmington. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
I kind of remember just like, oh, does Brian still work here?
all right.
Right, exactly. A lot of people were like, "Oh, do you still work here?" Because I was just
A sabbatical.
took a
Of
sabbatical.
sorts.
Exactly.
Check.
Was that when Sebastian did too?
Sebastian left when I came back.
None of these people probably know who they are.
It's fine.
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Hopefully, Sebastian will be on the show one day.
That'd be
Jake,
nice.
get on here, Sebastian. What are you waiting for?
Seabass.
We need you,
No.
Sebastian.
With O.
So sabbatical.
Sabbatical, yeah, like kind of getting comfortable with doing nothing, and like, but not in that lethargic, sloth-like way. But the book itself is about like resisting the attention economy and like not being glued to screens all the time, basically. Too late, exactly. Yeah, Jackson would struggle with doing nothing. I think.
What?
I mean, didn't you? And we're back.
Oh. Hey guys, what's up? Sorry, commercial break.
Commercial break. We got them crazy sponsor deals out here.
Yeah, sponsor us, Nike. That'd be cool. Supreme.
Adidas, dude. Adidas back with
If
Kanye, possibly.
they get Kanye back, which they're thinking about, because they lost billions, Kanye lost a little bit, they're gonna come back. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna get the Yeezys back. It's gonna be tight. But as Travis Scott said, checks over stripes. That's what we like.
Checks over stripes.
That's it. That's what we like.
I heard Yeezys were canceled, dude.
Which ones?
I don't know. I was watching some dumb video on YouTube about like Sonic and Knuckles talking about shoes.
What? Isn't that the blue Sonic and the
I
orange Sonic?
don't know. It was just like your Jordans are fake, and he's like, well, I got Yeezys. And they're like, no, Yeezys are canceled.
Whoa, calling them out on fakes and then can't. Dude, one of them is getting like, man, wow, yeah, no. He's all going like, Dragon Ball Z on him.
totally set Jackson off.
Yeah, like, nah, guys, like, whoa, chill.
So I think before the
Sabbatical.
commercial break,
Sabbatical.
yeah, we were talking about sabbatical
You took us
and doing nothing.
You do nothing. I write a book about nothing, and then
I'm just gonna do nothing.
You're gonna read.
yeah.
You're gonna read the nothing about the
I'll
book.
read the nothing
The
about
empty
the book.
pages.
Because
Does
it's
it
like
consume
that's
what
the
you
biggest
had to
question.
have?
It's like if you're doing nothing, you're technically doing something. So are you really ever doing nothing, or are you ever really doing something?
Well, it depends on what your opinion of nothing is. So, like, what would you define nothing as?
Doing not much.
Yeah. Okay. But you even said that saying nothing is something.
Oh, so I would say you're always doing something, even if
Okay.
you're doing nothing.
That's it. Even when you're sitting still.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson, still moving to me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Oh. Listen more Willie.
I do need to listen to some more Willie.
Oh, Willie.
All right, Greg. So
Yeah, all right.
earlier you were talking about joining the military. Was that the Army?
That was the Army.
That was
Yeah, that was the Army.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long were you in the Army?
So I think the contract is like it was like 8 years originally. And then I did a deep, like where I extended my deployment in Afghanistan, because if I would have gotten out on time, it would have been my like end time in service would have been like October. So my deployment we were slotted to get back in November, so I extended it. And
Okay.
yeah, so I did like 5 years, 3 months active duty, and then I did a year and a half in the North Carolina National Guard out in Winterville, Greenville, North Carolina.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, so and a lot of like military contracts, it's like 8 years what you sign up,
Right.
4 years active, like active duty. That means like your day to day is military, as opposed to like the reserves and the National Guards.
They call you if they need you.
Say again.
Is that like they call you if they need you?
Kind of, yeah. That's like, say if like a hurricane happens or like something happens and people get spun up, then they get spun up. Yeah, and the reserves is kind of a federally funded kind of thing. I could be wrong on this, so fact check me if you like. The National Guard is state funded. So basically, the Texas National Guard, the Idaho National Guard, whatever. That is people that are getting money from the state, and then reserve is federally funded. Yeah.
That's fascinating because I feel like I hear that governors will often call in the National Guard, and it's like, but it's a national, state, like what? So I think that might have just answered a very vague curiosity I've had the past few years when I hear governors calling the National Guard.
I think it's insane the amount of money that is allotted to the United States military.
Yeah.
And we don't know dick.
Yeah.
Like what goes on with it. Like
Right.
when was the last time the United States government audited the United States military?
Yeah.
And like be like, all right, yeah, we want the receipts for this. What's going on here?
I mean, there'd be
Why
a
does
lot
this
of
cost
receipts
so
for blue
much?
pills, wouldn't there?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, and are you talking about Viagra? Or are you talking about
just ED pills? Like,
yeah.
Spicy.
Spicy. So I was military police. Never wrote a ticket.
Nice.
Never kind of did that. There's a lot of jobs to do in all of the military. I feel like some of the coolest jobs I found, like when I was living out in Hawaii, there was a guy that I met, like one of the coolest guys. He came visiting me when I was in New Zealand. And he was a weatherman in Hawaii.
No way.
For the military.
For the United States
What?
Navy. Like he was like, I rarely go underway. Like I rarely go out on the boats and like do things. He's like, no, I'm just a weatherman. I'm just like, get the hell out of here. That is, I think when I was in Alaska, I feel like the coolest job out there, like we had detachments for the police department up there. They're just working wildlife. Like working wildlife in Alaska,
That is
man.
so
Just going
sick.
around. Yeah.
Check
But
it out,
another
guys.
cool thing for 425 was I think they actually got stood down and like they switched, like there's like a new unit in Alaska. But a climbing team. They just climb Denali.
Mm.
They get paid by the United States Army.
To like save people or
No, just to
No
climb,
way.
to mountaineers. Like that's like a badge that you can get while you're up there. And yeah, the United States Army is. My service was great. I wouldn't be the person I am now. Served with fantastic people from all walks of life, and made me the person I am today. From my time in service, I was able to make a claim afterwards of like the stuff that happened to me like during the service, and I didn't get any like combat related. I didn't get like shot or blown up or anything like that. Thank
That's
God.
good.
So yeah, that is good, Jackson.
Yeah,
That is
we
good.
got
That is good.
Yeah.
Do you come from a military family?
No.
Okay.
No. I think I might have been like the first one in my family. Like my family's super weird. Like
If they're
I-
watching.
no, you guys are weird. Like my dad's mom left like when he was like 5. And
Okay.
then
Mom left.
and then my dad's dad was like partially blind. My dad grew up like dirt poor, East Baltimore, poor,
Okay.
and I think he said like he was like 19 when he died, but he was in prison.
Your dad was 19 when his dad died.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he was in jail at the time.
Wow.
Your dad was in jail or?
My dad was in jail at the time.
At
Oh,
19 years
yeah,
old.
okay.
And my mom, her family is from like Virginia, but like my grandma, she died of breast cancer when I was like 7 or so,
Okay.
like 6, real young.
Yeah.
And then my grandfather, he lived up until like 2010, I want to say, like when I was training for Iraq. I think he passed away.
Oh wow. Okay.
But yeah, so my family is super small,
Oh.
and I don't have that much history on my dad's side of the family. My mom's side of the family, they kind of they had a falling out with everything. But yeah, I don't come from a big family.
Okay.
Do you come from a big family or?
So my mom's side is humongous.
Yeah.
They're Irish, Italian, Catholic. My mom is one of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have 9 aunts and uncles and like 27 cousins or 16. It's like so crazy. My dad is one of 4, so like not a huge family, but still like a pretty healthy family where I have like 7 or 8 cousins on that side too.
Yeah.
So like yeah, collectively big family, but like my dad's from Houston, my mom's from Chicago, so it is kind of like 2 different. You know, there's not much intermingling.
Exactly, and like I've got a half brother, and that's from my mom, and having that kind of family as well adds to another like level to it, to where it's
Right.
like more, I don't know, where it's just all kind of spread out, I guess,
Okay.
and like where everybody's like kind of have their different parts of the family.
Did your parents split before your dad died, or was it?
No. So my dad's still alive. My dad's still around.
Dad's still alive.
My
Okay.
my grandfather's dead.
Right, got it.
Yeah. So my dad and my mom are still together. They survived. They survived like opiate addictions. They survived my dad's stint in jail. They survived like that's
Wow.
like 30. I'm 33, so that's like 33 years of marriage. Like my parents living in a car.
Wow.
Like yeah.
So is your half brother older?
Yeah, he's 11 years older than me.
Oh,
11
wow.
years, 11 years older than me. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay.
So yeah, I think my mom was, I don't know.
You said she's from Virginia?
Like no, they're from Baltimore.
Okay.
They're all Baltimore, but like I think my
Okay.
grandfather's from like Virginia. Like I want to say south of Mount Royal. Me and my mom just talked about this recently. Yeah.
Okay. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do they live in a car still?
No, they don't.
Oh.
No, they don't, Jackson.
Did you go visit your family in
Yeah.
West Virginia in a car?
In a car. No. That's it.
Oh yeah, you
Hanging out
just
with the hot plate.
You brought the whole kerosene.
Yeah, no, I brought a little nice little propane tank.
Huddle with the hot plate is a hilarious. That's a good phrase,
Got
right?
some
Yeah.
stick. I'm sure the mozzarella sticks would turn out great.
Yeah, oh no, they would. They definitely would.
Hot plate sticks, dude. I like it. Hot plate
They're
mod
good
sticks.
frozen even. Like
Would you do it like a kebab
that would be
with a
tight.
mozzarella stick?
That'd be fun. Like if I'm camping and stuff, I'm bringing a bag of sticks. now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're bringing a bag of sticks to the forest?
yeah. And like,
That's where sticks grow.
oh, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I put a stick on a stick.
Stick on
Okay.
a stick.
All right. Yeah.
Stick
I
the
get
stick
it. I
on the
get it.
stick.
I get it. Now
And then
I'm
stick it
liking
over the fire.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, which way do you stick the stick?
Probably sideways. So it'll be like the stick and it'll be like little teeth.
Multiple
Yeah, just.
sticks can go on that stick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's
And then you
sticks
just
on
gotta
sticks
kind of
on
rotate
sticks.
around, and just let them like. But I'd probably like cross them, so I wouldn't do like just a line. I'd probably do like
Dude,
X
I couldn't do that. Just that's massive.
and then just like.
Kebab.
Yeah. We have a couple like from our camping days. We got these marshmallow sticks that get this. So it's a U. So it's a U shape. So guys, picture it. It's like this. It's a U with the stick, but it's got a rotating handle, so you can just sit there and like do that, and it'll just turn the marshmallows. But it's like this, so you can put one on each spoke,
Or more.
How would you
Yeah.
just? How would
and then you just.
you just do that?
Oh, that'd be silly. You just like
That's so
casually
silly.
just twist your
That's
thumb
so
and it'll
silly.
just
Just
slow.
casually.
Yeah, 'cause you don't want to like that's just.
I don't want to get arthritis from doing all
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Just
twisting.
arthritis your thumb. That's it.
Oh.
And then just and then yeah, man. Actually, big question. I think we should also incorporate this from now on.
Let's hear it.
Meaning of life, but also, how do you like your marshmallows?
Ooh, very good question.
I love that, actually. That's the perfect follow-up to
right.
what's the meaning of life, actually.
How do you like your marshmallows?
Yeah.
Toasty. Just not too black.
Okay, not
That's
like
fun.
fully
Toasty.
charred and then you
Toasty.
blow it off.
That's what I
If-
do. I just let it get on fire, all black, gooey on the inside.
Mm.
Like it blackened, and it's crunchy and it's juice.
So are we talking s'mores or are we talking just marshmallows?
But that is
See, you
that's
just
the same thing. I don't eat them as they are.
absolutely not.
What?
I'm gonna dig my feet in here. S'mores and marshmallows. Like you can just have a marshmallow on itself.
Who eats those?
I do.
I would.
That's goofy.
Yeah, it was. Why is everything? You can't. Don't mess with the classic.
I guess.
Yeah, you guess.
I mean, like, generally I prefer a s'more.
Yeah.
But,
I guess if like
yeah, we're like
Bare
low
bones,
on
like,
Hershey's, low on graham crackers.
Right.
You
It's
know.
a
Like,
struggle.
what will it
Like you didn't buy enough, you know, and there's a lot of people
You
that
gotta
actually
have a
showed
good
up.
ratio.
Yeah. Okay. And then you're just like, all right, cool. A lot of people are doubling up on the chocolate. I don't appreciate it, but yeah, who am I to say? You know, these
double
are
up
my
on the
guests.
chocolate's a bold move.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
why you gotta get the like pound plus at Trader Joe's, guys.
Wow, plug.
Plug TJ's.
No.
Oh,
Just kidding.
but we got like 4 varieties.
That's 4 varieties.
Yeah, we got
of
like
that.
sea salt, we got like pretzel. Yo, pretzel s'mores would be tight.
They would
Like
be
pretzel
tight.
chocolate, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what kind? How do you like your little marshmallow?
Yeah.
I like a nice golden brown toasted.
You're
I
like
like to,
mom.
I like
She's
to
just,
hold
like,
it
30
off.
minutes.
Yeah, hold it off the fire. Give it maybe not 30 minutes, but 2 to 3 at least. A slow rotation. You don't need a fancy dial or anything. You can just
Yes, you do.
put the arthritis right in your wrist. It's cool.
Man, you might as well just grab a tree branch, stick it on there. Just, let me get this like sap on it.
Sticks on sticks, dude.
Yeah, sticks on
That's
sticks.
what we're
Stick
doing.
in the fire with
I mean,
sticks.
yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't. If you're talking about this X and the mozzarella sticks, I feel like you need them proper speeders.
That's what
You know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean?
Like,
Yeah,
and then
I
just
feel
that nice rotation.
I didn't know there was levels to your game.
Oh.
So
For
I'm
certain
sorry.
things, for certain some things we just dive right in. It's
Dude,
just-
mozzarella sticks though. You will.
that I
have-
don't mess around with.
Yeah, that's
when
it.
it comes to the sticks,
No. That's
no
it.
mess
Gotta
around.
get the kababarella stick.
the cob out. Wow, that's a mouthful. I like
That's
it.
it, dude.
It's
Yeah.
a-
Barbarella stick.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, Greg. We talked about some military time.
Yeah.
Talked about, you mentioned books. So I
Books.
want to kind of like marry these two ideas.
Oh, because he's a ringer.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the concept of the warrior poet?
Yes.
Okay, because to me, like you are like a warrior poet of like, you know, you're ready, you got the skills, but you also have like a love of humanity and like the conviction there of like it's not just about combat, it's also about like celebrating beauty in the mind and, you know, art.
Okay.
So I don't know, what do you think about the warrior poet or how you fit into that scheme or, you know, just your love of books and
Yeah,
fine things?
so I think when it comes down to like the whole warrior poet thing, where you have like, I don't know if this is a direct quote from Mad Dog Mattis, but like, be calm, be courteous, be polite, but have a plan to kill everyone you meet. I think that's
Jeez.
I'm familiar with that phrase.
with
yeah.
that whole
Wasn't he a
thing.
baseball player?
Yeah. No.
He was?
No,
I was
he
going to say,
wasn't.
no, he's like a...
No.
He's a general.
General in the Marine Corps for a long time. He was SecDec for Trump.
SecDec, Secretary
SecDec.
of Defense,
Yeah,
right?
SecDec, Secretary of Defense. I don't know if
That's
even
what I
that's
thought.
right. I'm not too sure what he was, but he did. There was a chance where if enough people got killed, we could have had him as president. That would have been
We
cool.
might have a special guest. Oh man, we had an approaching visitor outside.
Cut that.
Commercial break. Go ahead,
No,
sorry.
I don't know. So when it comes down to, I don't know, just being human, there's certain things. War is human.
Destruction, unfortunately, is human.
War,
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been
war is
going on for a
human.
while.
War is more human for Americans than probably like any culture that is existing right now, other than like the Russians. Like you want to say, like if you could look at the back of the history of America, I think there's maybe 2 decades where we're not at war, like collectively.
Right.
And that's kind of a weird kind of thing to think about as citizens, where all we know is this one perspective of the world, and we don't know the entire kind of world's perspective of us, nor do we care.
Right.
And that's a weird thing to think about sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, never did any haikus. But like you can kind of see things that like are really cool. I think so. In Iraq, I had a moment that stuck with me. I think it was the second oldest Shia mosque in the world that we were near in Balad, and so like as we were like walking around it, just doing a nice little patrol with it, they had a cleaner that was outside, and she was fully in garb, and she was picking up trash around the actual mosque, and having a person come up to you and talk to you and say thank you for being here. But that is like one person talking to you and like being thanked that I'm here, I'm away from my family, but we're also occupying your country, is a weird kind of thing to think about. And the reason why I brought up the Shia kind of thing is because of the 2 sects of Islam in Iraq, the majority of Iraqis were Sunnis.
Okay.
And that's like, if you look at the history throughout Saddam Hussein up until our intervention, it's a Sunni majority. It still is a Sunni majority of the state. And the way America works is we're going to come in there, we're going to deal with the minority, be the majority, and and we're going to destabilize your government and kind of put other people in power, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Have you done much? Do you know much of history of like the 70s and 80s in Central America?
In Central,
Yeah.
Because
I don't, but you know, like I have started to learn some things, and it's like, oh, interesting.
Oh, Contra rabbit holes are fantastic.
Contra rabbit holes.
The
Yeah.
Contra rabbit hole
Oh,
is
what?
fantastic. Contra is basically this whole like triangle trade that the United States government not United States government, they kind of like hung somebody out to dry and said this was all this general's idea or this major's idea. I think it was a major, and basically to fight cocaine. That's all. That's the way I think about it. Is just to fight cocaine. It's like Ronald Reagan. It was before Ronald Reagan, but like, yeah, he kind of just stepped it up a notch and was just like, yeah,
Right.
cool. This is what we're gonna do. But like, we had to fight communism, man.
Yeah.
Like
right.
communism's so bad, we had to fight it. Communism's so bad.
I'm curious, Greg, what you would tell somebody
Yeah.
who is an older senior,
Conservative.
dependent,
Yeah.
probably, almost definitely, dependent on Social Security, but against socialism.
Enjoy your remaining years.
Enjoy your remaining years.
Enjoy your remaining years, because we will push you out.
Enjoy your remaining years. Isn't that from Superbad? I think he says that.
Yeah, no, it is.
Enjoy your remaining years.
Enjoy your remaining years. That's exactly what, like, that's fine. I don't know. I think it's a little bit weird that I couldn't tell them anything. You think they'd listen?
Right.
And, like, I wouldn't waste my time. And my time, they've had more of their time. I've got more time ahead of me. So that's why I'm just like, I'm just not going to save anything.
Fascinating.
If they can vote, they can vote. I'll let them vote. But I wouldn't waste my breath.
Okay, we can't talk out of cognitive dissonance.
Sometimes we gotta stay in our lane.
Sometimes you gotta stay in our lane.
Yeah, that's it.
Sometimes staying in your lane is love. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I would like that. My love for them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think
Were
we
they-
love other strangers.
What are we talking? 80s?
Yeah, I
80s?
think so.
In their 80s?
Yeah.
Okay, separate water fountains. Then I'm good. I'm all right. Yeah, it's all right.
Separate water fountains, not a metaphor.
Just like okay.
Not a metaphor, correct?
Yeah, it's it. It's all right. And who's to say that they've subscribed to it or they've held any of those beliefs?
Yeah.
So, and that's ageism right there. Is me like immediately thinking that they're conservative because they're old and
Hashtag cancel Greg.
Yeah, cancel me.
Cancel Greg.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah. Warrior Poets, Marshmallows.
We're running the gamut over here.
No,
I love the marshmallow detour, actually. That is, seriously, what's the meaning of life? How do you like your marshmallows?
Did we ask you? Okay, yours
I
was
like
straight
it
up.
charred. I just
charred?
stick in the fire, let it catch fire for a few seconds, probably like 10 seconds, and
Who
then
hurt
wow.
you?
the marshmallow.
The marshmallow.
Jackson, big fan of carbon.
That's it.
Yeah.
Huge fan of burning things.
Love.
Right?
What can I say? I was a Boy Scout
That's it.
for like a month.
Oh, okay. I thought I was about to go on Eagle Scout
Nah.
questioning for you.
No, I dropped out because I went to Boy Scout camping. It was a week long, and I cried 5 out of the 7 days because I was homesick.
No,
Fair
enough.
It was fun. We had crying sessions with me and the other homesick kids.
Nice.
And then,
Okay.
Are
So
you
then that was it.
still friends with those?
Oh no,
guys
this
from-
isn't Atlanta. I haven't talked to them since then.
Yeah.
And then my best friend Braden, who was in the shout out Braden, please subscribe. He was our neighbor in Atlanta, and we were in the same scout thing. And then he was smarter, or he was better at that stuff than I was. So he was in the whatever the next level was. He was like the Bears. I was like the first like entry level at Cub Scouts, because we did Boy Scouts. I survived that.
Yeah.
And then we went to Cub Scouts, then Boy Scouts, and then he leveled up faster. So then I went to like, you slept in like little pods with your team.
Yeah.
So he wasn't on my team. So I went over to his place, and then I started peeing on a tree, and they kicked me out because I peed right next to their like sleeping bags. So it smelled like pee for the rest of the week for them. So they didn't want me in the little area.
On their
Turf,
sleeping bags.
yeah.
On their sleeping bags.
Uh-huh.
All right.
No, I didn't pee on their sleeping bags.
Oh, okay. That would have been a lot cooler.
You didn't intentionally pee on their sleeping bags.
No.
So, okay. Ah, man, they're just complaining.
I know, that's what I'm
It's like
saying,
you're
like,
marking your territory.
Exactly. I was like, I just
Yeah.
kind of whiz. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
we're all Boy
It
Scouts.
sounds like there might have been a few droplets on a few sleeping bags.
Well, I mean, it was like a tent. Like, these were the sketchiest tents, too. These were not tents I was used to from Cub Scouts.
No.
These were freaking canvas drop cloths.
Canvas drop
Sticks.
cloths, yeah.
Like-
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? There's like black widows chilling above me while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, and, oh, this is the worst part.
What was the worst part?
So, Braden.
Braden, shout out to you.
Yeah, again.
Again.
So we went together because we lived 2 doors down. So we went and.
Wait, so is this the same camping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so his dad took us.
All right.
And it was like a couple hours away in Georgia, and
Uh-huh.
I think it was like Cumberland and Maine. And so the camp was called Woodruff, and this is where it gets juicy. So it's a week long. He takes us to Denny's for breakfast. We get breakfast. I order a cheeseburger, and then we we had to wear our swimsuits because we were going to be jumping in the water.
Okay.
So I was like, cool, I'm doing my thing. So we get there, do our thing, and then I go to change. I'm like, where's my underpants? It's a week-long camp. I had none.
You didn't
I
have
just had my
underpants?
So then Braden, who's like, let's say I'm a waist 32, he's probably like a waist 8.
How old are you at the time? Boy Scout, you 32 waists?
I don't think so.
I don't think you were.
These are just
No,
examples.
numbers.
Go ahead,
He
go
was
ahead.
he
Numbers,
was a
sorry.
rail. I was not a rail.
You were
And
healthy?
then, yeah, I was there. And then so he was kind enough to let me borrow like 2 or 3 pairs of his underpants.
What?
One of them fit, so I had to wear one for the entire week. Man, it was just.
Did you turn it inside out?
No, I should. That would be weird.
Why is that weird?
I don't know, because then it's all that stuff's getting on here, which
Yeah, but it's like a different.
I guess.
You ain't never made something stretch out before? You ain't never made something stretch out before?
No.
So you ever if you ever just get I don't
In
know
that situation
too many
again?
times, just turn your socks inside out. That's the thing. If you your feet sweat or anything like that, it's
I just don't want to put myself in that situation again.
and just don't forget your underwear.
Or just don't go camping.
I want to go back.
Go camping.
I want to go back to, on the don't go camping note.
Don't go camping.
I want to go back to the idea that Jackson said these tents fucking sucked. These tents deserved to be pissed on.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
And it wasn't even on the tents, it was the tree next to it. Like, it was just in the middle of their camp. I'm just tinkling on the tree.
That's it.
Yeah, it's like no big
You're
deal.
one step away from shitting where you sleep.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
one
it's
step away from
that.
that. You were one step away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was doing them a favor.
Um,
Like, you. Like,
you're
it's-
doing them a favor.
Yeah.
Okay. You're helping things grow.
Yeah.
Shitting in their pillow, doing them a
That's it.
favor.
Just doing them a favor. Just doing them a favor. That's it.
It was a good week, though. I wish I had done more. Because, like,
Camping or you done more when you were there?
when I was there. Because I just sat there and cried the whole time.
Hey, that's life sometimes.
That is life
No,
sometimes.
I should have enjoyed. Like, looking back, it's like, other than the underwear, it would have been a cool week. We did the polar bear plunge. We did, like, this thing where, in order to go to the pool by yourself or the lake, you had to, like, swim.
You had to swim?
Well, like, it was weird, man. I thought I was training for the SEALs because, like, we had to, like, tread
Yeah.
water for, like, 5 minutes. I'm like,
Bro, treading water's tough.
yeah,
I don't
I'm
give a- I don't
I'm
care.
not trying to play water polo. I'm just trying to swim.
Yeah.
So I got, like, the middle pass. Like,
Yeah.
the people that couldn't swim, they got, like, the non-pass. I got, like, the middle where I could, like, go with, like, people. And then, like, the top people, Braden, of course, he could do whatever the heck he wanted.
Was he really good? Was Brady
He was good
the
at
best?
all of it. He just graduated, I think he graduated this year, from Carnegie Mellon with, like, a 4 point
Oh,
something.
nice. Carnegie.
He's ridiculous.
A robber baron, Carnegie's. Yeah.
He
It's
did,
it's
like,
college.
engineering. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, he's an engineer.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's super smart.
That's it. Shout out to Brandon.
Shout out, Braden. I hope you watch this. We haven't talked to him in it. If you do, which, that'd be cool. Just comment, hit me up, dude. It's been a minute. No, he was cool. So growing up, we had a little group and stuff, our neighbors. One of the years to give you an example of, like, how much he liked engineering things, he dressed up as a thermometer one year. He dressed up as a washing machine.
Wait, he so 2 years.
Yeah.
When 1 year
He was
one
like-
was a thermometer,
Yeah.
and the next year was a washing machine.
Yeah, he's like 5, dressing up as a like a measuring flask or something.
Huh.
Yeah,
I kind of like the thermometer Halloween costume idea. I feel like
I
there's
forgot what it looked like.
there's a
but
lot
it
of
was
potential
cool.
there.
Yeah, there's some you're red hot.
Oh, you're red hot, baby.
Making my temperature rise.
Hey, nurse, I'll be your, I'll be your tool.
Hey, Mr. Police Officer, you're raising my thermometer right now. That's it. Yeah.
I'm saying.
I was about to drop a real spicy joke, but out of respect for Jackson and his family-friendly corridor here,
Yeah, we're in the gritty corner, or the gritty grove, and then I'm in, like,
the family-friendly safe space.
yeah.
FFSS.
Yep.
There it is.
FFSS.
Um,
Family friendly safe space.
so I don't know if you've been cussing today, Greg, but
Yes.
clearly I have.
I
Yeah,
have.
I keep a mental note.
Thank you. How many? I was kind of worried about how much I was.
Not
giving
much,
you guys.
not as much as this chap.
He
I make
apparently
sure
doesn't
I-
cuss on the show.
I don't.
Yeah. I've noticed that.
I almost did. I was like, we'll save it for Call of Duty.
That's it. Well, this has got to get played at church.
Save it for COD, he says.
Save it for COD. That COD talk.
Yeah.
Save it for church.
Yeah.
Since Greg just mentioned church, I am curious, Jackson. You say you read the Bible pretty frequently. Do you go to church frequently?
You're
Oh.
gonna,
Oh,
you're gonna call me
Pastor,
out?
I hope you're watching this. All right, let's go.
No.
Okay, so how do you feel about like spirituality and Christianity versus like the discipline of like going to church regularly or not, or you know?
I wish I went more often. I won't lie, but I also don't want to bash too hard on people like me that don't go, because I think you can still have a great relationship with God without going.
Right, I agree.
I think, as long as you stay devoted, I think you can still have a great relationship. I definitely think it helps to go to church.
Yeah.
Hear the word in a different setting, but I do think that you can also learn a lot by just being in His presence, diving into the Bible. So.
Right. So part of the reason I'm asking this is because church, community, fellowship.
I think that is a perk, definitely.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and to me, that's like part of the whole like reason of life, meaning of life, purpose of life is like people being together.
Yeah.
Loving each other, affirming each other. Hopefully turning away from the destruction. But sometimes we're gonna fall into the destruction. When we do, hopefully we can rebuild and forgive.
Punch the destruction in the face.
Yeah, we'll destroy the destruction
with destruction.
But this is going to sound like a wild tangent, but we're coming back after. Greg, you're single, right?
Yes, sir.
So all three of us are single, and
Thanks for pointing it out.
I mean, dude, it's fine. We're on our journey. We're making our journey in the appropriate way. I hope you're making your journey, Jackson. It's okay. It's okay. We can.
Sorry,
yeah.
it's okay, mijo.
It's okay, mijo. We can be quiet. We can be peaceful. We can be patient. Yes, we can. Si se puede. It means yes, we can in Spanish. But anyway, so going from being single to back to church and community and fellowship is that if that's a priority in your life, spirituality, religion, Christianity, then I imagine going to church would be a good place for you to meet other people, like-minded ladies who might also be interested in Jesus and reading the Bible with you. I don't know. Just spitballing.
Nice.
Yeah. So I understand not everybody's going to go to church, even if they are devout, pious believers. But again, just an idea. Just an idea.
I appreciate the fact that you try and hold yourself to a standard, which is a good thing, because I think so. We're talking about my parents earlier. They cleaned up and they found God.
Nice.
And that's one thing where if you can do it, whatever you do that can get you through life, do it. That's one thing where if you're open to whatever person that you're willing to follow, or whatever sect of religion that you're willing to follow, just do it. If it makes you a better person, that's something that's another tool in your tool shed, whether that's religion,
another
spirituality.
Of life.
That's it, right? Yeah, because that kind of helps. It helps you get through, right? If it helps you be the best person you can, and it makes you a better person, do it.
Yeah.
Till you die.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend about a year ago, we were talking about church because she was raised Catholic. I don't think she is Catholic now, but she was talking about how religion is, sense of morality, sense of discipline, and then also a sense of community. And, she's like, sometimes, certain religions will miss certain parts of those three. But, like going to church every Sunday, there's your discipline. If you go to the place and, there is the congregation, there's the community fellowship, and, it's supposed to have the morality of...
Church does have it all, I guess.
Yeah. Or at least we hope that it does.
Yeah.
The ideal situation is that it provides for us in all three of those ways. And yeah, going back to discipline and just, the military specifically... So I kind of do come from a military family, but I didn't realize that until the past couple of years. But yeah, my dad was in the Air Force in the 80s. My mom was Houston Police for a long time.
Oh, right.
Mom's dad was, I think, Navy in World War II. Dad's dad was Army between maybe Korea and Vietnam. He was between two of the wars in the middle of the century.
Yeah.
And then my brother was in the Air Force Academy. Like, he's in the Air Force now. He played football for the Air Force Academy.
He did
Nice.
go to the NFL.
He has not yet gone to the NFL. He's still trying. Let's go, Pooch.
Let's get him out there.
We got it. Let's get him out
on
there. Yeah, so he's got the Air Force Pro Day coming up. You know,
Hell yeah,
run
man.
some routes, do some drills.
Awesome.
But he, you know, like his whole life has been kind of like centered around football. And, you know, he's the youngest brother of three.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's a good football player. So we like gave him a pass with a lot of stuff growing up.
What do you mean?
Well, it's just like, you know, Friday Night Lights, he'll play the game, and then Saturday he would just like sleep away the day. And it was just like, oh, like he's tired, like, oh,
Yeah.
he's recovering.
The golden boy.
The golden boy.
child. Let him sleep. Don't be quiet.
Exactly.
Be quiet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So, but he wanted to go to like the biggest, best football program, and that wound up being the Air Force Academy for him.
Yeah.
But I think even though it was like super tough to be, you know, a military academy cadet and a student athlete, you know, whatever else, I think that discipline of like having such a structured day for 4 to 5 years, like I think that was good for him, considering we did like let him have you know, a nice long leash growing up,
Right.
to where it's like, all right, now you need to get your ass in gear.
Ha, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's just, yeah, like I love him, but you know, like sometimes we can be thwarted by that. Yeah. Sometimes we can be thwarted by that love, and it's like you want to give the tough love, but you can't.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, hopefully something else comes in. So I'm really glad that he went into the Air Force Academy, because it, you know, not only gave him a chance for football, but it also like kind of got his ass in gear of just like, you know, little extra something. So yeah.
Yeah, it's always that's good. That some people can like. Some people don't see themselves as an authoritarian, as like a parent. So it's something to where it wouldn't play well with a certain kind of person. So it helps coming from an outside source, whether it be
Right.
the rigidity of the military or something like as loose as like college, you know, or kind of some kind of school.
So college, like for me, I was way more disciplined in high school than I was in college. And to me, college was like the fucking explosion.
Right.
And like, you know, a can of worms like opened up.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, oh, party time.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you're right. I understand. Like college can be good for certain people. It's like, well, I partied in high school,
Right.
and now I'm getting serious about my studies because, you know, it's not just beer pong all the time.
Exactly, and that's a thing. It's like some people are. I think when I got out of the military, like I was making up for lost time. I feel like when I got back from Iraq and Afghanistan, I was like making up for lost time. That first kind of like
Going for it
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said it. Yeah.
in Greenville.
In Greenville,
Yeah.
Greenville,
South Carolina.
well, like no, North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's always something to where that whole rigidity kind of either it works for you, the structure works for you, or it doesn't. Yeah, depends on the person.
Right. Yeah, Jackson, did you ever have any ideas to maybe go to the military or no?
Kind of. I'm thinking. Yeah, so in high school, I wanted to be an engineer. That's what I was set on for college. And then I looked at doing, I talked with the Navy a little bit about it, doing the Seabees program. It's like being a naval engineer.
Do a lot of construction.
Exactly. That's what I want to do. I want to be like a general contractor. And then I just decided not to go through with it. And I decided I also didn't like engineering after doing a year of that. I was like, no. Because I was also, yeah, it was just.
It's a crazy thing to think when you're that young. Like, you don't know how you're doing.
No.
You don't. No one knows. No one knows.
No one knows.
Like, when I literally signed up, I was in my recruiter's office, and the only way I got to the Army is because the Air Force was closed. That, like, all right, I'm going to dial back to it. So, when when I was living on my own, kind of like I wasn't on my own. I was living with my friend's family at the time, and they kind of like, all right, graduated, and they were like, all right, cool. You either need to find a real job, you need to go to college, you need to go to the army, and
They
like,
told you that?
yeah, they're
What?
like, so like, I was like, all right, yeah. I already had a plane ticket to move out to Hawaii, like with a couple of my friends, and I was like, yeah, whatever, cool. Then they drove me to the recruiter's office. Went in there. Air Force was never open. I was trying to do HVAC, like I wanted to do HVAC, and like the Army was open. I was like, all right, cool, we'll pop into the Army. That's how they got me, and I was like, all right, yeah. When I was talking to them, they were like, yeah, what do you want to do? And I was like, who gets the most guns when you go overseas? That's what I asked.
Did you actually?
That's what I asked.
That's such
fucking-
an 18-year-old.
It's a 17-year-old question,
Yeah.
and the recruiter genuinely said, I think military police get a crew serve, a rifle, and a pistol. And I was
Why
like,
do you
yeah.
get all that?
I was like, I'll do that. That sounds good.
No.
You just, yeah,
The dudes that kick down the doors.
yeah.
Do you love guns?
Um,
Or did you used to love guns? Or
I like guns.
Okay.
Yeah, guns are neat.
Guns are neat.
Yeah, guns are neat.
Neat.
Mm.
There are a lot of different options.
Guns are neat. Yeah, there's tons of different options. Not really. Probably like gun laws, like restrictions and everything like that. I'm probably really just stricter gun laws.
Okay.
That's
You
like
love
my
guns,
form
but
of
you
that.
also love guns to be
They're a tool.
safe and secure.
Yeah, like they're a tool, but like I feel like not everybody needs a tool.
Oh.
Some people are tools.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Ah,
A tool with a tool would be no tool at all.
tool square.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Have we circled back to
To
more contemplations of the meaning of life now at this point?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm about to hit my robot. Like, meh, meh, meh. Oh,
Oh, God, not again.
Not again, dude.
Then you can make short.
I gotta make it short. Do you have any tattoos?
No tattoos.
Oh wow.
No stickers on this front.
How off-brand I feel.
That's
Oh,
it.
Especially for
Oh,
military.
what are you talking about
Military.
for you? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No divorces. No kids. No
No
tattoos.
tattoos.
No tattoos. That's
Easy.
it.
That's good.
Is
That's
he?
it.
What else do they do?
What?
That's cliche or like
That's pretty
classic.
cliche. Oh, dude, when I came back from Iraq, I spent. They get robbed a lot. They get like grifted. We're pretty stupid.
No way.
Like I don't know. My buddy, when we were overseas, like he got his like bank account cleared out by his chick, and then she
Oh.
left him. Yeah.
Too much trust.
Way too much trust.
Dude.
Way too much. Oh man,
I
it
feel like
happens on both ways, man. There's
They rob
both-
people.
Not necessarily
Oh.
robbed, but like I don't know. I came back. You make big splashes. You spend like high value pod
I heard.
purchases. You know.
I saw a TikTok where like different branches of the military. It was like the classic like different branches,
Mm.
what cars they drive.
Mm.
It was like I think Army was like a Camaro, like Marines was like a truck, then Navy was like a Camry or something.
Yeah.
Is that because like don't you guys like to like get paid and then like get a muscle car and be like
That's it. Yeah, flex and just be like, yeah. I mean, the worst part about it is like you go through phases in life, and like at some point, I own affliction shirts. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Oh, what?
You know what I mean? So it's like affliction. It's kind of like tap out.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like tap out.
Those
That kind of
shirts?
like when you see it, you just immediately think.
It's like MMA broy.
Yeah, it's super bro-y.
The tap
kind
out
of-
shirts?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah, that's kind of like and
then they wear the
that's
hat backwards.
that's exactly. Yeah, that's a phase. I feel like everybody goes through phases.
Do you ever wear your watch? If you ever did wear watches, would you wear it like this?
wear
like-
inside out?
yeah.
Yeah, I'd wear it inside
Really?
out. Yeah.
The G-Shock.
What's
The
the
G-Shock.
I don't know.
Thought
What's the
process.
meme? Yeah, what's the
I
thought
know this
process?
actually.
Go ahead.
Do you actually? I heard it was because the glint of this gives away your position.
That could be
Yeah,
a thing.
true.
It's a thing, but
Because
yeah.
because this like if you're
Right.
doing your thing, they see the son of a flame.
Right.
That guy's right there. I mean, this watch is just like this would be terrible to wear.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't be wearing that.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
And I don't know. That's something that you're just like, yeah, you can see it. There's a story in it, but
Also, it's easier to check your time when you're like this. It's just like right there.
yeah, that's it. And it doesn't get scratched, doesn't get caught on anything.
Well, I feel like you put your hand down like this when it gets scratched, more like, because I feel like you rub this part more.
It's just a watch. It's a thing that tells time. It's something that you're not used to using. Is that it?
Nah, we're rolling.
No,
it's
still
just low
rolling.
battery.
Low battery?
Dude, I'm telling you, that plug thing is like sketching, bro.
That's it.
Because like
Right.
that light turned off, that thing turned off. Like, man, things are turning off.
Things are turning off.
While they're turning off.
We are officially in our longest episode right now.
Thanks, guys, if you stuck this long.
I'm yarning.
That's
I'm
amazing.
yarning. Thanks, guys.
Yarning,
Yeah, yarning.
Do we have any closing thoughts? I think this might be the right time to
Might
offer
as well.
our final wisdom, if we have any.